What's up, blockchain? How y'all doing today? Just coming at you with a little bit of this and that, little, wider crypto market update and getting you caught up on all the different crypto income and all that good stuff we got going on. What is this we're looking at? This is someone's estimation of the very last Bitcoin drop. Now, as we know, charts are continuing to go to the right. And that's one good thing. That's something you can always rest assured on. Up or down, that's another point now. But either way, we'll continue to go to the right. But what this person is saying is that we should have a final drop down to possibility here of a 22,000 entry. And your best bet would be 22,400 in their estimation. And then you would never, ever see those prices again. So that's all that. That's by Awesome Oscillator. This is inflation right now, the CPI index. This is where inflation's at, like the official numbers, which, as you know, with the way the consumer price index works, if anything goes really high or jumps up, they simply remove it from the basket of goods. And what the CPI is basically a basket of goods that they use to decide what inflation is at. So if you have a basket of goods that you're determining inflation at, and you are the current administration and it behooves you to keep the inflation numbers low, well, something very simple you can do is take something that has not gone out of the basket and put it in, right? So, or something that's not. So if food prices go up, you take, food prices or whatever it is, bread, milk, the basics, whatever has gone up, you take that out of the basket and you find something that has not been put in the basket, such as plastic wire hangers. And if you put plastic wire hangers into the basket and you consider their price, well, then you can use this manipulation to decide, to keep your inflation numbers within a certain range, right? Okay, moving on from that. And a quick little blip from Zero Hedge on current inflation. As the U.S. economy reopens, consumer demand has strengthened. Meanwhile, supply bottlenecks from semiconductor chips to lumber are causing strains on automotive and tech industries. While this points towards increasing inflation, some suggest that it may be temporary, as prices were depressed in 2020. At this time, the Federal Reserve is following an average inflation targeted regime, which means that a previous inflation shortfall occurred in the previous year. It would allow for higher inflationary periods to make up for them. As the last decade has been characterized by low inflation and low interest rates, any prolonged period of inflation will likely have pronounced effects on investors and financial markets. Well, of course it would. And the whole point of this is when they start printing out money, and it looks like Biden is really going to start, crank up the printing press. It may diminish the need or the perceived need for Bitcoin for the retail investor. But it is not going to reduce the perceived need by institutional investors, because they see what's coming down the pike. They see that you take that same pie and you split it up 1 million more times. Every single pie is smaller. Every single pie is less. Every single dollar is worth a heck of a lot less. And you got a lot more dollars chasing the same amount of goods. And if there is, supply line chokeholds, which, they may say that they're accidental, but they're all on purpose. They're all staged or done on purpose as some point of control, because that's the game they play. They play their game. We're going to play our game, right? Become your own become your own central bank, buy things like Bitcoin, silver, undervalued assets. That you need to get into the asset game, because being on the other side of the asset game makes you the victim, right? So we know inflation is closer to 20% per year, if not way higher with especially with hyperinflation that's coming. So with all that inflation coming down the pike and all this free money coming down the pike, the free money may pull people away from Bitcoin for a while. But in the long run, all that increased money, all that is going to prop up oil, which is going to prop up the rest of the market, that's going to bleed out into other assets being the crypto markets. Now, with DeFi, being a real rate of return, do we think DeFi is going to nothing, right? Banks are giving 0%, negative rates coming down the pikes. So with DeFi giving real percentages, if that's safe, you have like huge, giant financial players getting into Curve, getting into Aave, getting into all these returns they can't get in other ways, and a lot of them, they're safe, they're algorithmic, you have billions and billions of dollars in a TVL, total value locked, and they're not going anywhere. And when big money sees that and they see a real rate of return, they've been getting involved, and they're going to keep getting involved. It's not going to stop. There's not going to be less, as I like to say. Okay, so inflation 20% a year. So for a fact that your dollar is going to go down by 20% a year. So Bitcoin's not. Bitcoin's the hardest money ever seen, right? There's a fixed limited supply. It can only, and look at where it's gone up, a few years ago, not even $10,000 just recently, right? So with all the FUD and all the different stuff, they will do whatever they can to get you out of the best performing asset that there is. But that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the basket, right? You can get into all these different cryptos, but those are just eggs that are in the basket. The basket is Bitcoin. And, they can regulate it. They can do all that. Will be basically the only way to kind of crash this party would be to put in some sort of extreme regulation. But it's not going to stop Bitcoin, right? There's that guy that was talking the other day with Elizabeth Warren. And he says, we're going to have to get all these countries together and try to ban Bitcoin because it's, bad for the dollar and this and that. And he's basically saying that government sanctioned money is the only game in town, and I think that guy just is terribly confused and doesn't really understand the situation at hand. Anyway, moving on from there, in a bit more bullish news here, a 49-page document sets out 25 recommendations for revised South African policy, legal and regulatory position on crypto assets related activities. So more and more adoption, more and more countries getting on board, and there is just going to be a landslide from Panama to Paraguay to Mexico to all sorts of countries, who basically want to, shots fired across the bow of the IMF and the U.S. banking system. These people that they've been subjugated to for so long, with El Salvador being the first one with the biggest balls to come out and say something. All these other, there's like a landslide of South American countries who are getting on board, and it's like seeing someone punch the bully in the nose, and then now all the other kids on the playground are looked around, made sure it was safe, and then they started cheering. and that's what we're seeing now is the cheering. So like I was saying with Bitcoin, like basically, and I use this analogy a lot of the dog on the little zippy leash, right? The dog's going to run over here, across the street, back and forth, across the trail, all over the place. He's going to run down as far as he can, but the old man is looking to go to the post office on the top of the hill. The chances of him getting to the post office are pretty good. You got about 90%, 99% chance of him getting up to the top of the hill, but the dog's running all around. It's going over here. So what that is, that old man walking to the top of the hill, that's Bitcoin, right? And the price is that little zippy dog running around all over the place, making lots of noise, yapping all over the place. And eventually that dog's getting dragged to the top of the hill because that's where Bitcoin's going. And investing in crypto is a lot like working out, right? Like you can't go and do all your working out at one time, or you're just going to tear a muscle, right? You'll still be flabby, you still be fat, you still be out of shape, you still look like crap, and then you go to the gym and try to lift all the weight that you can, and you pull a muscle, or you go to start doing wind sprints, and you haven't worked out in years, and you're gonna pull a muscle, you're gonna kill yourself. What you need to do is just like investing. You need to invest a little every day, and work out a little every day. You get the muscles, you get your education, you get your mindset in place. You get your physicality there. You're able to do lots and lots of sit-ups. You come back each time, you're able to do more sit-ups. You get more and more muscle. It's like a proof of work type of thing where you could see all the muscles, right? But if your flabby little ass wants to show up at the gym once a year and try to work out like you've been working out, like you're a champ, that's a lot like a lot of people who come into this market and instantly want to trade leverage and lose a whole bunch of money. Invest a little every day. Get into it a little every day. Learn a little more every single day. And that's probably the best thing that you can do. Anyway, loads and loads of bullish news and bullish stuff coming down the pikes, and I just couldn't get to it all. Here's something from the Wyckoff method aims to anticipate accumulation distributed accumulation and distribution periods to predict which way the market will move next. And it's really weird with everyone shoving this Wyckoff thing down our throats. You know, just the same way they give us all this news and all this stuff, and we got like one channel that came out like big on the Wyckoff thing, and I'm like, I don't even remember that. You know, that was like a couple pages in school, you know, and so it's like, and a lot of people didn't go to school for financial stuff, and so they wouldn't have saw that at all. But now it's being shoved down their throat, and there's this like Wyckoff thing, and this distribution is going to happen. It's almost like it seems like it's, you know, like it's a look here, don't look there type of situation. Parachain auctions still going on. Karua, the 10% bonus is over today. There is other ones coming down there. Moon River is next. Moon River is basically like taking smart contracts and moving them over to Polkadot. It's going to take like any Ethereum smart contract and easily and quickly move it over to Polkadot. The one that I'm waiting for is the Fala network. That's the one I'm the biggest bull on. That will take all things Polkadot and make them turn it into a privacy network. So I may be trying to get my KSM in there, and we'll see how soon that one comes to play. So we'll see what's going on there. All right, a little tidbit about Jupiter. Jupiter is doing lots of good stuff. I'm pretty bullish on this project. They have a huge launch coming out on the 21st, and I am in a trade on BitsGap for JUP, and I'm letting that thing run till at least the 21st when the Metis launch happens. And once that happens, we should see a nice little bump in the price. But they have new stuff going on every day. You know, like like 2 hours ago, we got this new boom astronauts non-mandatory upgrade for as long as you're already on Jupiter, and it's just like constantly going. June 11th, they have, you know, almost every day new releases. But this, you know, the big Metis launch is going to be big, and so I'm going to stay in my BitsGap trade until the 21st at least, and that is here. This is the demo account. Let's head back over to live mode. So I'm planning to stay in this Jupiter trade until then. I've had to reset this bot multiple times. I keep adding a little bit more money to it, and gathering up more Jupiter, and I want to keep doing that and keep loading this up until the 21st, and we'll see how long we can get that to go. So that's it's the 13th now, so we're gonna let that run. My little cash challenge has been doing just fine. I got stopped out and lost a little bit there, but I'm still up, right? We have a $1,000 challenge. I have 537 in the JUP bot and 529 in the Prom bot. I had gotten that up quite a bit, made quite a few good trades in a row, letting bots run on the most volatile pair for the day and then pulling out, and that was winning me quite well. And then had that big crash in the market, and I got stopped out and lost a good 15% of my cash bot challenge, but I'm still rolling. Haven't been in the group quite as much. I'll be more in there today, tomorrow, and the next day, because I just had a birthday party I was putting together, and it went pretty well. So I have nothing to do with this video, but just started a FX BTC bot. It's earned 0.1% in the last 3 hours. Hoping for some strong stuff there. But my two cash bots right now are Prom USDT and JUP USDT. We can look at these other percentages we got going real quick. I got Tel ETH running, UBX ETH running. I just closed a Bax ETH bot that I had let run over a month. Earned 3% a day for a month, and now it's not performing so well. I added quite a bit more ETH, another 0.42, yeah, that's on the BTT bot. There's Bax ETH. It's only earning 0.61%, but before that I was earning like 3% a day. So only earning 0.61 now sucks. And like I said, I did raise it up. I was at about a half ETH before, now I'm at 0.94. So probably going to reconfigure that one. It just didn't pop the way I wanted it to. But the rest of these bots going good. I loaded up some more Tron into my KLV bot. I didn't add any more KLV. I already had a lot of KLV in there, so I just added TRX on the top of it and gonna let that thing roll around. This is doing really good, but I will say right now with the market the way it is, might not be the best idea to be trading USDT pairs. You know, it kind of depends on what you're looking at with the market. If you believe like me that we're like the zippy dog on the leash and that Bitcoin's going to the top of the hill, well then right now with the market trading sideways, and I think it's going to be painful and boring and sideways trading for at least another week from what I see. But if you're in BitsGap, that's time for us to claim some profits, for us to claim some earnings, right? Trias BTC earning me 6.72% today and yesterday. You know, so I'm earning BTC, and you know, I've been buying the dips. And how do I buy the dips? Well, as you guys know, I'm a big cash flow guy, right? So I always take care of cash flow first. In every business I'm in, you got to get cash flow taken care of initially, right? So what I have is I've been on my Hyperfund account. I've been withdrawing regularly here, a few hundred a week, you know, 400 or 500 a week, and just reinvesting it and just pulling that out and buying dips. And the way I've been buying the dips is I got the projects I like, I choose which ones have already gone down lowest, and I put buy orders lower than that, and I figure I'm just holding cash, right? I've been doing this for Ethereum and Bitcoin for so long that as I was earning Bitcoin through the bear markets, I was just loading up the buy side on an ETH chart, and as I was earning ETH, I was loading up the buy side on the Bitcoin chart, and as it traded back and forth, I just steadily made more and more money, right? And I was doing that by putting money into the most solid passive income projects, and a couple of them crap out, but then you get into, it's just like getting into 10 trades on 10 crap coins. One huge trade blows away all the other ones that you lost on. You win 4 or 5 of those and you've outpaced everything, right? So yeah, I've been pulling out just some regular good cash out of here. Let's go ahead and do a reinvest really quick. And I have 3 accounts now with about probably 30 to 40 grand loaded into them, and I'm on house money at this point. So this is free money coming to me, right? All profits. And so, every single week, I got 400 or 500 I can load into, put into low buy orders on coins on different exchanges, and build up my portfolio that way. Why not? So let's head over, and I merged that over. So we're just going to do a reinvest. Agree, submit. I want to go back. How much did I have? Oh, I had enough to buy more than one. Better get more than one then. Submit. We agree to all of that. Yes, I do. Scroll to the bottom of the page. We can get that thing. And so, yeah, using compounding over here. And so that will, that 100 I just put in will give me 300 by the time we're done. And just keep compounding them. And as long as this platform runs, I will just keep pulling this out. They have lots of new stuff. They just released a Filecoin mining. So I think I'll probably get into a little bit of that. That seems pretty interesting to me. I do want to do some Filecoin mining. And so I will look forward to that quite a bit. So one of my favorite places that I pull passive income from is Impulse X. These guys had a lot of stuff going. They had an airdrop with an IDO for their own token, but this is hand in hand with ERK, Eureka X Exchange, the Eureka blockchain, which has a whole bunch of projects coming up, and a whole bunch of projects already established through Polaris Universal, which is the company, the umbrella company over all the top of this. And basically what they have, or what they do, is they have like a WeView, which is a YouTube alternative. They have a Chatterbox, which is Twitter alternative. They have a whole bunch of stuff that they've been building, including ways to like fix your credit and some different projects and some stuff I don't believe in, like Gamer Token. And they got a lot coming down the pike. I think the best tokens that they have is this IPX, which will be the DeFi token for the DeFi ecosystem that these guys come up with, which, you know, I'm obviously going to be bullish on that because I'm bullish on their ecosystem. I'm bullish on ERK and all the good stuff they got going on. So I really like this platform, and I've been pulling about $100 in Tron every single week. But now they're going to allow us to withdraw in ERK and IPX. You could do that right now. You could send it to the IPX exchange or over to your wallet. To the Eureka exchange. You can send it to your IPS. But now they have just created a staking situation, a whole staking platform, which I really like. It's this one here. It's called Eureka Stake, and you can get paid from Eureka X. I've been getting paid $100 a week in Tron, but now I think I'm going to start getting at least once or twice a month pulling out in IPX or ERK, and you get, like, if you for IPX staking, you stake your ERK for 20 weeks, you get 5% a week is what I believe is what the total was. And so that's pretty cool. I haven't got deep into this. I just kind of got into this. My crypto project kind of turned me on to it again. And so very excited about this. So you can pull out from ERK from Impulse X in IPX or ERK tokens. You can stake them over here at 5% a week. That's killer. You got to lock them up for 20 weeks, but I'm just fine for that. And then there's this SOT miner. That's their social token. I might go ahead and get into some of that mining as well. So I'll be mining social token here. I'll be mining Filecoin at Hyperfund. Yeah, lots and lots of really good stuff going on. I did recently join a new passive income project that's pretty big. Not really into the whole way that the I just put in packages, and I bought me a 0.004 or a 0.04 pack. 50% of your stuff goes into a binary, 50% goes into the trading funds, and you make like 40% a month. But you can really look at it as all your funds go into the trading profits, and you get 20% you look at it however you want, but whatever you put in here, you're going to make about 20% a month on that until your Bitcoin doubles. The reason I got into this, I'm not really into these type of platforms anymore, but the reason I got into this one, and I feel good about this one, is they have a company that's been going for 5 years called BTC Builder. It's a great company. I almost got into it a few years back, but it's like one of these matrix things where a lot of it is based on bringing in new people and not really my type of platform. I like platforms where they have trading bots or some outside income coming in. Anyway, I'll be going in over some further detail in about Omega Digital. Other things going on. Daisy DeFi is happening. If you don't have a $100 package at Daisy, you might want to consider doing that. It will give you $100 worth of every project that ever launches on Daisy. They're going to vet their projects. The projects have to have like teams, everything built in order to get on. And then anyone who's in Daisy is going to have first access to those tokens, going to have first access to them at cheaper rates than anyone else. So I'm going to be going extremely heavy into the Daisy Launchpad. So not so much on the affiliate side. I can't stand all the affiliate stuff they have. They're like pools for this, 1% of all the sales go to this and go to this and to this pool and to the leaders this bonus. I can't stand any of that crap. But the fact that they have all of these projects, big projects that will be coming in, we're going to be able to get into the Launchpad and get into those tokens way, way early and build up a portfolio of some of the best projects at the cheapest prices. That's where real wealth is going to happen, right? That's what Crypto Daily, one of the biggest YouTube channels out there for crypto, says he made all of his major gains last year. All of them were made in IDOs. So, Launchpads. Initial exchange offerings. So these type of things where you get in super, super early, you're giving them your funding so that they can build the system, build the marketing, build all the stuff. So, the fact that you're getting into those rounds, being the VC, the venture capitalist for those groups, that is definitely something that I am very interested in doing and something that, I've been trying all the time. Let's stop by Indotech real quick and see what the market sentiment is. These guys think that the market is in a reversal, so you know they're always right. Not always, but most of the time, this is pretty right. Doesn't mean this won't change by tomorrow. You know, this might say correction, but it always gives you the market sentiment as far as the bots see it. So lots of red in the market as far as altcoins go, and as far as, you know, checking in on the list, look, everything's red, very little green. AMP is up again. I hope my buddy Master K is still in his AMP trade. Prom is up. I am in that, and but haven't been in it long. Let's see, Bridge Oracle is up, but that's because it crashed down to the ground. Co-vesting is up, but that's because it crashed so hard that it was shocking. Walt is up, Velo is up, but Velo was way down. I have a bunch of Velo, and I'm telling you, it's way down. So it would have to shoot way up there for it to even make up any of its losses. Buying Katon, buying DOT. I expect a lot from DOT, and I just picked up some under $20. So, you know, by putting it in and buying those dips. So anyway, I think we've about got y'all caught up. Let's see. Moonstake, that is a new one I just got in. Pretty happy about that one, and it has just been cranking it out. I got my first little bits of payments. I made a restake, and we'll have another video coming out for that one pretty shortly. But we're going to let it, you know, I'm trying to buy some BNB on the dip so I can throw that in there. Anyway, catch you guys on the next one. Hope you got lots and lots of profit falling in your lap. Don't sweat the market. Don't sweat your trades. You know, just relax. Go outside, catch some sun. I'm sure you got other hobbies, but, you know, this market ain't going anywhere in my opinion. But that's just me. I'm here for the long haul, and I will continue to build my portfolio, build my crypto empire, and you know, get cash coming at me, so that and that's what's really nice about like Hyperfund and Impulse X is like I have a lot of cash that will just keep coming at me. I will diversify that into other things, and so if the market goes down, I'm hedged that way. I've got a whole bunch of altcoins I'll end up with if the market can dip a little bit. If Bitcoin goes up, Bitsgap is going to make sure that I capitalize on that as well. So, you know, well-rounded on multiple different facets, and got a lot more staking coming up, and really looking forward to that whole Eureka stake thing and all that. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.